What does UFO mean? It means it's a flying object, and it's not identified clearly at the time of sighting. That's what UFO means. So it could be physics phenomena, it could be ball lightning, it could be all kinds of fascinating. I was always fascinated with ball lightning as like the fact that there could be physical phenomena in this world that are observable by the human eye. Of course, all physical phenomena generally are fascinating, that are that really smart people can't explain. I love that because it's like, wait a minute, especially if you can replicate it. It's like, wait a minute, how does this happen? That's like the precursor to giant discoveries in chemistry and biology and physics and so on. But it sucks when those events are super rare, right? Physical, like ball lightning. So that's out there. And then, of course, that phenomena could have other interpretations that don't have to do with the physics, the chemistry, the biology of Earth. It could have to do with more extraterrestrial explanations that, in large part, thanks to Hollywood and movies and all those kinds of things, captivates the imaginations of millions of people. But just because it's science fiction that captivates the imagination of people doesn't mean that some of those sightings, all it takes is one of those sightings is actually a sign that it's extraterrestrial intelligence, that it's object that's not of this particular world. Do you think there's a chance that that's the case? What do you make, especially the pilot sightings? What do you make of those?
So I agree with there's a chance. There's always a chance. Any good scientist would have to, or observationist would have to, I want to see if aliens exist, come to Earth. What I know about the universe is I think it's unlikely right now that there are aliens visiting us, but not impossible. I think the releases, the dramatization that's been happening politically, saying we're going to release all this information, this classified information. I was kind of disappointed because it was just very poor material, and right now the ability to capture high resolution video, everybody is carrying around with them an incredible video device now, and we haven't got more compelling data. And so that we've just seeing grainy pictures, a lot of hearsay, instrument kind of malfunctions and whatnot. And so I think on balance, I think it's extremely unlikely, but I think something really interesting is happening. And also during the pandemic, right? We've all been locked down. We all our imaginations are, running riot. And I think that I don't think that the information out there has convinced me there are anything interesting on the UFO side. But what it has made me very interested about is how humanity is opening up its mind to ponder aliens and the mystery of our universe. And so I don't want to dissuade people from having those thoughts and say you're stupid and look at that, it's clearly incorrect. That's not right. That's not fair. What I would say is that I lack sufficient data, replicated observations to make me go, oh, I'm going to take this seriously. But I'm really interested by the fact that there is this great deal of interest, and I think that it drives me to maybe want to make an artificial life form even more, and to help NASA and the Air Force and whoever go and look for things even more, because I think humanity wants to know what's out there. There's this yearning, isn't there?
Yeah, but I almost depending on the day, I sometimes agree with you, but with the thing you just said. But one of the disappointing things to me about the sightings, I still hold the belief that a non-zero number of them is an indication of something very interesting. So I don't side with the people who say everything can be explained with like sensor artifacts kind of thing.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. I didn't say that either. I would say I just don't have enough data.
Right. But the thing I want to push back on is the statement that everybody has a high definition camera. One of the disappointing things to me about like the report that the government released, but in general, just having worked with government, having worked with people all over, is how incompetent we are. Like if you look at the response to the pandemic, how incompetent we are in the face of great challenges without great leadership. How incompetent we are in the face of the great mysteries before us without great leadership. And I just think it's actually the fact that there's a lot of high definition cameras is not enough to capture the full richness of the mysterious phenomena out there, of which extraterrestrial intelligence visiting Earth could be one. I don't think everybody having a smartphone in their pocket is enough. I think that allows for TikTok videos. I don't think it allows for the capture of even interesting, relatively rare human events. That's not that common. It's rare to be in the right moment, in the right time to be able to capture the thing.
I agree. Let me rephrase what I think on this. I haven't seen enough information. I haven't really actively sought it out. I must admit, but I'm with you in that I love the idea of anomaly detection in chemistry in particular. Right? I want to make anomalies. Or not necessarily make anomalies. I want to understand an anomaly. Let me give you two from chemistry, which are really quite interesting. Phlogiston, going way back, where people said there's this thing called phlogiston, and for ages the alchemists got really this kind of that fire is the thing, and that's one. And then we determined that phlogiston wasn't what we thought it is. Let's go to physics. The ether. The ether's a hard one because I think actually the ether might exist, and I'll tell you what I think the ether is later. Can
you explain ether?
So as the vacuum, so it's the light traveling through the ether in the vacuum. There is some thing that we call the ether that basically mediates the movement of light. Say, and I think that, and then the other one is cold fusion, which is more of so a few years ago that people observed that when they did some electrochemistry, when they were splitting water into hydrogen and oxygen, that you got more energy out than you put in. And people got excited and they thought that this was a nuclear reaction. And in the end, it was kind of discredited because you didn't detect neutrons and all this stuff. But I'm pretty sure, I'm a chemist, I'm telling you this on your podcast, but why not? I'm pretty sure there's interesting electrochemical phenomena that's not completely bottomed out yet, that there is something there. However, we lack the technology and the experimental design. So all I'm saying in your response about aliens is we lack the experimental design to really capture these anomalies, and we are encircling the planet with many more detection systems. We've got satellites everywhere. So I do hope that we are going to discover more anomalies. And remember that the solar system isn't just static in space, it's moving through the universe. So there's just more and more chance. I'm not what with Avi Loeb that he's generating all sorts of kind of a cult, I would say, with this. But I'm not against him. I think there is a finite chance, if there are aliens in the universe, that we're going to happen upon them because we're moving through the universe.